It was 6:43 a.m. on a Tuesday in late June. In the Vatican's Sala Regia, Pope Leo XIV knelt on the bare stone floor. No vestments, no crown, just a white cassock and a single sheet of paper. 14 cardinals stood in a half circle around him. Not one of them moved, because what they had just witnessed, what the Pope had just read aloud, hadn't been done in over 500 years. He had just revoked the privilege of perpetual silence. Before we get into the details, smash that subscribe button and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. It helps the algorithm more than you know, and I read every single one. Now back to the story. The real question isn't what the Pope did. It's why. Why like this? Why on his knees? To understand that, we have to go back to the year 1523. The year is 1523. The Pope is Adrian VI, the last non-Italian Pope for over 450 years. He inherited a church drowning in scandal. Martin Luther had nailed his 95 Theses to a church door only 6 years earlier. The Reformation was tearing Christianity in half. Adrian did something unprecedented. He sent his ambassador to the Imperial Diet of Nuremberg with a confession, a written admission that the Roman Curia itself was corrupt, that the abuses were real, and the responsibility was Rome's. He confessed the disease. The reaction from his own cardinals was swift and brutal. They saw it as a betrayal. Adrian was isolated, cut off from information, and within 14 months of his election he was dead. The official cause was kidney failure, but the message was clear. A pope cannot confess institutional failure. That is the lesson the church learned. And they built the invisible architecture to ensure it never happened again. They called it the privilege of perpetual silence, a procedural doctrine older than the printing press. It meant that certain internal investigations, specific findings, could be sealed permanently by papal authority. They could not be disclosed to the faithful, to governments, or even to other cardinals. It was designed to protect the institution. It worked perfectly for 500 years. It held through the Counter-Reformation, through world wars, through the Second Vatican Council, until that Tuesday morning in June of 2026. Now here is what we know. The decision was not sudden, but it was secret. In early June, the Pope received a briefing about historical cases that had been investigated and sealed decades ago. He asked one question: how many? The answer was a number in the dozens, and that's where the story turns. For the next 11 days, he consulted no one. Not the Secretary of State, not his advisors. He spoke with his private secretary, a young priest from Indianapolis, and a canon lawyer from Munich. This was a man acting in isolation, a man haunted by a system that chose silence over truth. On the Monday evening before the announcement, the Pope's secretary met with the Vatican's highest judicial authority. When the secretary emerged, he was visibly shaken. The next morning, when the 14 cardinals were summoned to the Sala Regia, that cardinal was absent. He had already submitted a letter of resignation, delivered in the dark hours of the night, registering his formal opposition. The privilege was revoked. The wall of silence came down in a single morning. But the question that is echoing through every corridor in the Apostolic Palace is whether history is repeating itself. Like Adrian VI's, has Pope Leo moved too fast? Did he just commit papal suicide? But here is the crucial difference. Adrian confessed the disease. Pope Leo destroyed the pathogen. He didn't just ask the Church to be transparent. He removed its canonical ability to choose silence over truth, but he has made powerful enemies. The Commission of 7 must be named in 30 days. The files in the archives are waiting. This story is far from over. Was Pope Leo right to act alone, or did he set a dangerous precedent? Tell me what you think in the comments below.